evening, dear respected colleagues. Thank you very much for joining the class, and we appreciate your patience as we missed to arrange the class on Friday, the scheduled date and time. And we want to assure one thing, that from next date, classes will be taken place on date and on time. So I think we can be hopeful and confident about the time and date. And again, we must appreciate your patience and your cooperation as we missed to take this class on last Friday. And we thank you again for joining today's session. Dear colleagues, if you have any questions, you can ask. In the meantime, today's class, as this is an introduction class on project management, so we will primarily focus on some basic issues of project management. And those are very basics that we need to understand, we need to know as a project manager, and as we are diving into the professional learning of project management. So today's class is a bit short and also a bit basic and a bit theoretical. And I hope that from next session, we will explore more and more opportunities to interact practically and also interact in a workshop method where we'll get a chance to exercise with the course facilitator, means with me, on some material related to the class. So in each class, there will be theoretical class for 1 hour, and there will be workshop on specific materials related to that specific module, so that we will get 2 kinds of experience. Learning experience, number 1 is theoretical experience on specific module, and also practical experience on specific module through workshopping. In the meantime, my screen will take 10 to 20 seconds to be visible on your laptop or on your device. Please notify me if you don't listen to me, and please notify me or let me know if the screen is not visible to you. I am confident that the screen is visible to you and you can listen to me. And also, if you think that you are missing any point in English, you can ask me in Bangla. And in short, I'll try to explain to you the specific topic you want to know about in Bangla in short. At the same time, you have opportunity to revisit the course material in 3 ways. Number 1, these classes videos shall be shared in our YouTube channel, where you can watch the videos later whenever you need it. Number 2, we shall share these class slides with you so that you can see the class slides if you want to navigate more. Number 3, we shall share the class material with you so that you can have the opportunity to navigate and see what's on the class materials. We'll try our level best to share all the important links with you by tomorrow morning. For this week, maybe you will get 1 or 2 days to look at the materials, but we are confident that from next week, you will get a chance to look at the materials for 1 week. So my question is, if my sound is audible and my slide is visible. And if you want to chat, you can send us a message and we can reply you. Okay. So dear respected colleagues, today's session is Introduction to Project Management. Let us dive into the session slowly. So today we shall cover on some specific points regarding project management and to give you an overview of project management. We shall discuss today what is a project, then project attributes, what is project management, the triple constraints as a project manager we need to struggle with triple constraints and we need to manage triple constraints. Knowledge areas of a project manager and project management. Then we shall discuss the skill sets for a talk about project life cycles and their effects in a project. Then we shortly talk about quadruple constraint of project success, which is a bit different from the triple constraint of project. Then we shall look at the importance of project management knowledge to benefit us. Then we shall talk about the things with some examples. So let me read the exact definition provided by PMBOK guide by PMI USA regarding the definition of project management. The PMBOK guide defines project as a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. So simply, a project is temporary and a project creates some unique product or service or result. Now, why we call something a project or when we can call something project? We can call something a project when it has a unique purpose to create something unique. And this endeavor is temporary. And this endeavor needs some resources. And this endeavor has customer or stakeholder or sponsors, means funders, and also beneficiaries or rights holders. Then it has some uncertainty. Projects must have uncertainty because projects run with uncertainty. Now, the main thing. The main thing is, what is project management? Because we all are pursuing our project management degree now. So we need to understand what is project management. So project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet project requirements. The simple thing. As a project manager, we apply knowledge, skills, tools, techniques, methods, approaches, everything to finish some activities and need to meet some project requirements. Maybe it can be product specification, it can be service specification, it can be a unique product, it can be some outcomes or objectives. But at the end of the day, we need to meet those, and to meet those, we need to apply some knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques, approaches, methods, methodologies. Now, triple constraint. Okay, till this slide, if you have any question, please. You can ask here and you can ask in the chat box. So I am available both in both places. If you have any question, please let me know. Or if you want to keep the note, you can keep the question for later. Then at the end of the session, you can ask. The triple constraint is a very, very important thing for a project manager, and this is the cornerstone of the project management. When we talk about project management, we talk about constraining three constraints. As a project manager, I am responsible to manage these three constraints. The first constraint is scope constraint, then the cost constraint, then the time constraint. As a project manager, I'll be handed over the necessary resources, means all the budgetary resources. Then I'll be given a scope statement, what to do, what to produce. Then I'll be given a time frame to produce the things. So I need to work with every interfaces. Suppose as for this image, this picture or this diagram, suppose I am managing the time constraints. I am working in the time interfaces. So when I'm working in the time interfaces, I need to take care of the budget, means I need to look at the budget. For example, I was working with time project schedule. So I need to define when the budget should be burned, when the money should be used, resources should be used. When I am working on uh, uh, time constraint interface and cost constraint, means budget issues, I need to uh, produce the scopes, means I need to manage the scopes, I need to produce the deliverables, I need to produce the expected objectives, I need to meet the outcomes, I need to produce the products. So I need to work with the scopes of the project. So in this slide, I have a specific interest to ask you that if you have any questions on time constraint, the triple constraint, because if we don't understand triple constraint, maybe in other classes, other modules, we will face some kind of misunderstanding in terms of understanding the projects, especially in project scope management, because triple constraint is the description of project scopes management, and it will also relate you with project schedule management. It will relate with you also with project cost management. So if we don't understand triple constraint, we shall face some kind of uh, limitation in terms of understanding the other modules in future. So if you have any questions, please. Okay. There is Azan is being recited. I am taking a short break, means 2 to 3 minutes for the Azan recitation. Thank you. Thank you, dear colleagues. The Azan recitation has been finished here in my locality. So the knowledge areas of a project manager is very important. The knowledge areas of project management is very important for the project management study and the project managers, because knowledge areas define spatially on what things we need to focus to strengthen our knowledge base and to prepare ourselves the best way to manage the projects with expertise, where we can produce the services or the product, or we can reach the outcome of a project using our knowledge, skills, techniques, approaches, and methods. So the project management knowledge areas are scope management, time management, cost management, quality management, human resources management, communications management, risk management, procurement management, and integration management. In each knowledge area, there are many other processes, many other things to know. And in next classes, in this course, we shall discuss on these things. And we are very optimistic that in this course, we will cover the project management knowledge areas and competency fields, almost all the competency fields, and I'm confident that we'll get your necessary expertise after this course. So we have already discussed the characteristics of a project. The main characteristics of a project is it wants to bring some change. it focused on its mission. It's temporary. It integrates many elements of many things from a broad range of elements. It wants to change in societal setting, and also it is temporary, and also it has some uncertainty. Now, the skills of a project manager. We know that a project manager not only manages the people, he is the one who creates the ultimate impact by managing and mobilizing all the resources, applying his skills, knowledge, methods, approaches, ideologies, and philosophy to produce any product or to meet the goals or objectives or outcomes of the project or create a new service. So generally, a project manager needs to have knowledge on cost management, activity implementation, donor relationship management, reporting, staff management, project HR, staff motivation, stretch management, liaising with the government and other stakeholders. And also he needs to have communication skills, some organization skills, team building skills is very important for him, and leadership skills, because he need to cater many things together. If he's not a leader, he cannot really lead the change. And also coping with very challenging situation, and also technology skills is very important for him. So as a project manager, he is the fountainhead of a project, and he is the one who will be leading the team to achieve the ultimate goal or outcome of the project. So I'll be requesting you to especially focus on this slide, because this slide will explain us technically what project lifecycle is, how it impacts our project life. For example, the bar below, the arrow below is the project life from the beginning to the end, from the left to right direction. And the bar beside the vertical arrow or the vertical curve is the weight or depth of the emphasis of the activities. Now let us look at this. When a project is being conceptualized, and now look at the right side, the red letter, red colored words. When the project is being conceptualized, now look, uncertainty is very high. Then creativity is very high, means no, yes, also very high. We can bring many ideas together. Then we need to employ very less or almost least resources. Project stake means stakeholders, means the ownership of different stakeholders on the project is very low. But the client or beneficiary's interest is very high. How? Suppose one is conducting needs assessment and surveying in the community. And the community comes to know that, okay, a survey is going on, so something good will happen, something beneficial will happen. So they have a lot of interest. It's not only about the beneficiaries, it can be the other stakeholders, it can be the interest groups, it can be the influencers, it can be the vendors or other things, and also the staff members. Now, let's look at the planning stage where we have collected the data, we did our survey or other field work. Now we are sitting and we got the approval from the donor. We have been given the letter of interest or fund assurance. Now we see that there are significant change in terms of the things written in the right side. The uncertainty has been risen in a significant level because the things are being set with indicators and numbers, and the things are now smartly set in consultation with experts, colleagues, and interdepartmental people, and feedback from the donor and also the stakeholders. Then the creativity is still now a bit high because we can incorporate our ideas and feedbacks and also our creative things and comments. Till now it's incorporable, so creativity is high. Then resources, the resource consumption is going up. Then project stake is going up because some project stakeholders are taking their part of ownership. For example, maybe the organization is receiving the funds, maybe the staff members are being started to take some responsibilities, maybe the beneficiaries and the other stakeholders is being started communicated. So project stake is being high. Then the client interest is being low because now they have been given the clear, smart, indicated things that under this project, this will happen, this will happen. Now, the execution stage, which is very low, a bit big, because as per the horizontal curve in below. So in this project life cycle, now in terms of the red words, in the right hand side, the uncertainty is again going down because now resources have been allocated, staffs have been recruited, they have been trained, beneficiary has been contacted, approval has been gained. Now the project has been started implementing the activities. Now, as the project activities are being implemented practically, so uncertainty is being reduced. Then the creativity is still now high because you can incorporate the things practically and you can bring changes, or you can do the things the way you thought you incorporated in the planning stage. Then resource consumption is highest because we are employing our human resources, we are employing financial resources, material resources to produce the products or services or outcomes. Then stake is going high because we are going with the flow to engage the stakeholders and to give the ownership to the right owners of the project stake or the activities. And client interest is also going high because now the targeted beneficiaries are being started receiving their portion of project stake. So this is the project life cycle. And if we understand this project life cycle, we can easily understand the next 4 or 5 classes, as the next 4 or 5 classes will focus on project Dipro guide. You know that project Dipro guide is developed by PM4 NGOs USA, and which is focused on the development projects. So this is kind of the life cycle of development projects. So in this this slide, I'll take time to request you to place your questions. If you have any questions, you can ask in Bangla or in English. I'll try to explain. Then, how does project management benefit us? Number one, if I do have project management knowledge as a project manager, I can have clarity on the goal of the project. I can understand it easily. I can coordinate the resources. I can identify the project risks and I can manage the project risks. I can work against the time and I can manage the time properly. I can work against the budget and I can work on the budget effectively. And also I can create the outcome, the services, the product as it is required. And I can deliver the project successfully as it will enhance my skills and capacity to benefit the organization, the industry, utilizing my knowledge of project management. The quadruple constraint of project success is different from the project constraint. Project constraint is a mandatory thing for project management, where project success constraint is the thing to be successful as a project manager. It's not the mandatory thing for project management. If I want to see my project is successful, if I want to be successful project manager, I need to work with budget. I need to see that my project deliverables have been accepted by the project stakeholders or clients or customers. Then I need to make sure that I am working against the schedule, means I am working against the time and I am meeting the deadlines as per the project setup. Then I need to make sure that the project activities are being performed well and also the staff members are being performed well. So that's how the project quadruple constraint for project success and project constraint is different. Project constraint is called the triple constraint, which is set around the globe, but project quadruple constraint of project success is different from sector to sector, uh, industry to industry, and scenario to scenario, and trainer to trainer. Maybe you will see that some trainer is saying that the the conditions, the preconditions for project success is different from my one. So this is my observation that if I want to be uh, to successful in terms of project management or in terms of my project, so I need to manage these things, these four things. So now I think that's all. If you have any questions in Bangla or in English, in Bangla I'll try to explain you in short. If you have any questions in English, I will be very happy to explain you. Otherwise, I will skim through the total session so that you will get a chance to look at the things as it is, and we can relook the entire sessions again for a while. So let's start from the very beginning. So today's session is on project management introduction, which focuses on the primary concepts of project management. In this session, we have covered the definition of project, the project attributes, the definition of project management, the triple constraint, the knowledge areas, project characteristics, skills for project managers, project life cycles and their effects, quadruple constraint of project success. How does project management benefit you? Now, there is a definition provided by the PMBOK Guide of PMI USA, which is project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. Means project is temporary, it creates something unique, and it is temporary, it has specific goals, and it consumes some resources. There must be some customer or stakeholder, and also there's a funder or sponsor, and project must have uncertainty. When there is no uncertainty, it's not a project at all, it's an operation. Now there is a definition of project management, which is project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet project requirements. Means uh, project management includes a project manager where he implements his knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques. His means he's the organizations and the staff members to meet or produce the project requirements or deliverables through some activities. Then the triple constraint, when we talk about project management, we are practically working against these three constraints: the cost constraint, the time constraint, and the scope constraint. For example, uh, I can give an example that, for example, I am working on time management, means the project schedule. So during time scheduling, I have to work with project cost or project budget because I have a responsibility to burn some budget, and now I'm relating with project scope because when I am burning some budget, I must be creating some deliverables as per the project scope or project scope statement, or implementing the project scope management processes. So we have to be very careful in understanding the triple constraint, because when we are talking about triple constraint, we have to be very careful in terms of these, as it will be you will be seeing it in future classes, as all the project managers need to work with these, and these three constraints will be attaching many more knowledge areas like the scope management, time management, cost management, quality management, human resource management, communications management, risk management, procurement management, and integration management. So when I am working against these three constraints, I need a set of knowledge to incorporate and to align my skills and techniques, knowledge, methods, approaches to produce the ultimate goals or products or uh, activities or services for the project. Then we talked about project characteristics. Project targets to bring some change. Project is mission focused. It has specific goals and objectives. Project is temporary. Project needs to integrate a lot of resources and activities. Projects wants to bring change in society, and project has some uncertainties, and also it has some emergency, and every project is unique from another project. A project manager needs to have communication skills, organization skills, team building skills, leadership skills, coping skills, and technology skills, as project manager needs to align and realign all the project resources to produce the ultimate objectives of the project. Then project life cycle. In each life cycle, there are different changes and and mindsets of different project themes and and components. So we will see the changes and the spiraling of the elements throughout the project life cycle. We need to be very careful in understanding project life cycle, because in next 4 classes we'll be talking about project Dipro model, and you know that project Dipro model has 5 project phases, and uh, these project phases are very important and interlinked with this slide. Then yes, for sure, if I do have project management knowledge, I can have the clear and measured idea about the project goal. I can coordinate the project resources, and I can work against the triple constraint, means time, cost, and scope, and I can create a project outcome successfully. So when I am talking about project success, I am really talking about my skills and capacity to work against budget. I need to create acceptance among the project stakeholders. They can be project beneficiaries, the rights holders, the customers, the clients, the stakeholders, government and non-government, the vendors, the suppliers, and influencers, competitors. I need to work against schedule, and I need to maintain the project quality to bring expected change or to produce the expected product with specific requirements in line with the project scope. Now, if you have any last questions, I'll be very happy to encounter. And if you have any feedback, please welcome. You can you can tell your feedback, or you can write in the Skype chatting, or you can chat with us in the WhatsApp. I'll be very happy to advise you if you have any questions now or in future. Otherwise, we will we shall close the class with your. So, so if you don't have any question, let me thank you. And I must say that you did a great job, and we will share the class slides, the video link, and the class material by tomorrow morning. So you will get a chance to relook the things for your future references. So thank you very much and good night. Have a very nice, productive week ahead. And we shall meet you on time, on date from next classes. Thank you. Good night.